What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. I am very excited to have you here. Another Lotto Friday tomorrow. Hopefully, we can go ahead and make some good money tomorrow. And thanks again for being here. And let's step right into the war zone. So, I'm going to be doing a review, recap of all of the picks and everything from yesterday. We'll talk about the picks coming tomorrow, and we'll talk about stop losses as we go through. All right. So first and foremost, why don't you let me know where you're tuning in from tonight? Throw a few names up on the screen, then we'll get started. Okay, checking my audio. Audio is good. Let's go ahead and try to entice some of our friends to come here. I've now come for cake. Oops. As you guys know, I'm battling a cough, so please bear with me. Let's go. Ankit Patel from Tampa. What's going on, brother? Andrew from Connecticut. Todd from San Francisco. William from Iowa. Olivia from Austin. Demo Entertainment from Chicago. Tom from Arizona. Clark from West Palm. What's going on, my brother? Andy from Muskoka, Canada. Zanrock from Snowy, Minnesota. Brandon from San Jose. Ernest from Chicago. And let's do one more. Long from Bronx, New York. What's going on, brother? All right. So I'm going SPY, where I'll start off here. I just want to walk you guys through the price action today and my mindset and everything like that. So first thing is that I want to teach you guys is always know where you're opening. Okay. So if I take this arrow and I just draw it like this, this was the previous day's high and the previous day's low. And if you notice, we open right in the middle of that range. Okay. So if we open right in the middle of that range, what do you guys think that means? Right? Does that tell you that the bears are in control, or the bulls are in control, or nobody's in control? What do you guys think? So when we open dead in the middle of the range of the previous day, this is what we call balance. All right. So make sure you have the pen and the pad out. You start taking some notes right now. When we open in the middle of the range, we are neutral because no one has an edge. We pretty much pick off from where we ended off yesterday. Okay. So right off the bat, when we open in the middle like this, you guys could see on Twitter, I started tweeting that we could potentially have an inside day. Okay. And that's what happened. We closed with an inside day like this. Boom. See? So you have to know what type of battle you're going to fight. Okay. So right off the bat in the SPY room, what I did was I took the Fibonacci from the previous day's low, brought it up to the previous day's high, and I extended it out like this. So all day long, guys, just hitting the 618. So 464 right here, guys, all day long, just tagging this for bounces. Boom, 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 boom. Because I understand that there is no one is in control, so we can trade within a tight range. And let me just show you guys that, just to show you guys the evidence. You see it in the morning, prior day fit for reference. Gonna try to buy the dip here. So this is what I'm just showing people right here. So the first play that we took right there was buying this pullback. So this pullback on the way down. Okay, max stop loss was down here. Had a good few scalps today, but you have to understand your battles. When you're opening within the previous day's range, you have to think that, okay, I need to get out. I can't be holding on to this stuff. I got to get out, right? Boom. Jay Lamb with the 99 cents. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate that. So the question is, well, how do you get out, right? So I'm going to show you guys a secret. So I'm going to zoom in here. All right? So we got long on this wick down here. Or you may be asking, well, where do I take profits? Well, I'm going to show you. This is a concept from my book called the Morning Fibonacci Leg. So what you do, you take the fib from the high to the low like this. Now watch closely. I'm going to take this and I'm going to make this thick so we can see it. So we're coming in right around here. As we're coming up, guys, these Fibonacci's are the targets on the way up. Okay? These are the targets on the way up. And you can see when we come to the 786, we have that doji rejection. So even if you missed the long play here, still had a beautiful short play. You guys know I teach you guys this every day. Morning leg Fibonacci from my book. Here's the doji sitting on the 786. Beautiful play. And now check this out. This is what makes me so happy when I see my strategies working. Now check this out, okay? I'm going to pull this over. All right. So you guys know I always tell you about the 272 extension, 272. So we had this push down, this pull back, and we traded where? Exactly to the 272 extension. Right there. And then from the 272, we come back up again to the 786, and we come back to the 272. So this is just a fib miracle. Okay, beautiful. So on days like this, some people might be getting chopped up, but you got to know right off the bat, all right, we have an inside open. I got to be a little bit more cautious, and you have to have those fibs there to help guide you. So just the one trade right here, taken to targets, that was it for me. Pretty good, because I knew it was going to be chop. So when you're in chop, you got to get in and out and move. All right. So hit me with a 3 if you understand that. Inside open. Okay. So where we open relative to the chart is very, very important. Right. I'm going to test you now. I'm going to test you right now. All right. So make sure you have your books open right now. Okay. Here's your book right here. I'm going to test you right now. So make sure you have your book open. So let's go back one more day. Here is the low. Here is the high. So this open. What kind of open is this? Is this a gap down, gap up, or inside open? What do you guys think? Help me out here. Was that a gap down, gap up, or inside open? What do you guys think? And then I'm going to get another example. I'll show you another example. Down. Yeah, so this is a down. So do you see when we have gaps, right? Do you see, look at the movement we had on this day. You see this? Look at the movement we had. We had this big push up, big drop down. We had a lot of trap traders. Lots on this gap down. That's why when we start accelerating like this, guys, it just flushes. Because we have a lot. See, imagine you're being a bull from back here. Let's say you're a bull over here. And now you're bag holding, you get stuck. Let's say you give the market, the first 10, 15 minutes, everything looks fine. And then when we come back again and test this level, wham, we roll over. But today, this is the range of today. Look at this. So because of that tight range, nobody's in trouble. Everybody's like, whatever. So you just bounce back and forth without any real movement. But now we have an inside close. So after this close, we likely have expansion tomorrow. Okay. And I'm just going to put this up here. So I posted another SPY swing trade for the members. We haven't lost a swing trade on SPY yet. Okay. So we had about 6 or 7 swing trades. We have not lost one yet. So if you join and we lose, it's on you. All right? It's not on me. It's on you. I'm just kidding. Last example, and then we'll move on. Talk about stop losses a little bit. What about this one? So here's the previous day's high. Here's the previous day's low. What about this one? What kind of open is this? What do you guys think? And I want to thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I've been pretty down lately with this cold or whatever the hell it is. So thanks for being here. So yeah, this is a gap up. Now, do you notice the volatility again? See? We have a big push up and then a big push down. So we could say generally with gaps, our range will be bigger. With inside opens, it will be tighter. That's very important. Very, very important. So this is something that I've learned early on in my career. Okay? So when something is inside open, it's almost like you're building the base you're accumulating for the conclusion, which usually happens a day or two later. All right. So that was SPY. Let's look at the picks from yesterday. Let's discuss. Does that apply to stocks? Yes. Yes. All right. So let's talk about stop losses a little bit. So the way that options work is options have an expiry date, right? So if you get to your expiry date and you're not in the money, your option is worthless. Very simple, right? So obviously, when you're further away from the option expiry, you have this time, and that time comes with a price. So the question is, should you have a stop loss when you're trading options? So this is what I do. If I'm going to have a stop loss with an option, it's always going to be based on the stock. And I'm going to show you guys an example. So here's AMD on the weekly. So as you guys know, I bought the 107 calls on AMD back on October, first week of October. And I made like 6 times my money on those. I made like $5,000 on that. But watch this chart. If you noticed, so I was able to sell it right when we made a new all-time high at the time. But if you notice, none of the lows on the weekly charts were taken out until over here. So during these candles, some of you may bail on the trade because you're watching the option just shoot up and down, up and down, up and down like crazy, because the options move like crazy, right? But my way of trading options, it has to be based on a technical reason. So you could see the technical reason here was inside bar. So once I got filled on that calls, all I did was just trail these lows. Keep it simple. Until any one of these lows are broken, I don't need to get out of the position because I'm not giving the trade enough time to work. So there's no way I would have made $5,000 on AMD if I had tried to micromanage it. Like if I went down to the 5-minute chart and I was like, oh, looking at it, oh, I got to move it here, that wouldn't have worked. So I definitely think if you're going to use a stop loss on options, you want to make sure that you're using it based on a technical setup, like a technical reason. You're not just moving it out of emotion. So normally what you could do if you're swing trading, let's say on the weekly chart, then use the weekly bar low or high as your trail. And once that gets taken out, you could set a conditional order to get you out of the position. So hit me with a 1 if that makes sense. So I never manage the option based on the option price. I always manage the option based on the stock, based on the underlying, because the underlying is the technical it's the actual instrument that we're trading. The option is just a tool to use to get the gains or losses. Okay. Now it's only for swings. Yes. So let me talk to you now. So now going into Lotto Friday. So anytime you want to play a lotto, you have to understand why it's called lotto. It's called lotto because you can get into a play and be down 50% right away because of the different Greeks, right? And because of the fact that, let's say you're buying calls or puts tomorrow that expire on the same day, you're not just battling the price action on the chart, but you're also battling time. So you have until the market close to get in the money. And if you can't get in the money by the market close, it's going to be worthless. So you're battling a lot of factors. Yeah. So if you're going to play lotto same day expiry, it's big time risk, but big time reward. Because if you're right and you have a big move, you can make, 10 times your money. So that being said, anytime I play a lotto, I'm always 100% risk. I don't see the sense in having a stop loss because if my stop loss is, let's say 50%, it's going to hit. If it moves a little bit against me, it's going to hit. Okay. So I always just say, all right, if I'm going to put in $500 on whatever Disney calls tomorrow, that's either going to zero, or if I'm lucky, I'll double, triple up 4 times, something like that. So that's what I'm looking for. So does that make sense? Hit me with the 3 if that makes sense. So you have to know what your goal is. So if you're swing trading, you don't really have to worry too much about the time decay because you get a few weeks out. It's easier to implement a stop loss. Do you recommend lottos or next week expirations when playing? You could do either one. It depends on what you're comfortable with. Just know that if you get the same day expiry, you got to move quickly. And if you're not able to trade quickly, then just get the next week so you have time. Okay. I mean, lottery, guys, it's like you go to the casino, you put it. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you have gambled before? Like, how many of you have played slots before? Hit me with a 1. Yes, time decay because you're expiring on the same day, it's insane. So if you buy the options, you're going to see it's going to be moving like crazy. If you 10 times a lotto, who's going to buy it from you, or do you actually exercise it? Yeah, you can exercise it. Generally, there's someone to buy it as long as you're playing something liquid. All right. So if you ever go to the slots, you put in $100, guys, you know that you're probably going to lose that $100, right? So that's kind of what Lotto Friday is, but you actually have better probabilities than a casino. That's the only difference. So if you're a really good trader, if you have really good setups, if you have really good scans, if you have really good entries and exits, you can do well. But you have to battle time. That's what makes it a little bit harder. So if you're completely new, then just paper trade a little bit on those Lotto Fridays until you build confidence, or get the next week out. Get the next week out so that way you don't have to battle against the time running out against you. All right. So yeah, so there we go. So that's so if you're swing trading, I would use the price of the underlying stock to help guide your stop losses. If you're doing lottos, pretty much 100% risk. All right. Can you explain the difference between IB and OB and what IB looks best to you? Inside bar, outside bar. I have a whole video on that, brother. Take a look. They're just different patterns. They mean different things. I like the inside bars and the outside bars, especially when they're on a Fibonacci level, because then that really gives extra strength to them. All right. So let's just do a quick recap of the picks from today, how they played out, and then we'll move from there. Okay. And if we gap tomorrow, guys, I know a lot of people are asking about gaps. If we gap tomorrow, then what we'll do is we can go back to the opening range breakout, Fibonacci or the fractal patterns. Do you have Fib video? Yes, I do. I have a whole YouTube playlist on Fibonacci that you can watch. So let's start off the bat right here. So one of our plays today was PayPal. PayPal right off the bat. I'm gonna hit the replay. So PayPal was a very interesting play today because we had a gap down on earnings followed by an inside bar. So come to the 5-minute right here. So what we're looking for, guys, we're looking for this range to break. So right off the bat, PayPal was a beautiful fake out. You could see this. We touched the previous day's high was 208.20, and the high here was 208.31. So we completely broke that high by a few pennies and we turned around. That's what we call a false breakout. That's one of the most powerful patterns in trading, the false breakout. And I believe I have a video on that. So here we go. So how else can you get involved on this trade? Well, you have the first 5-minute bar here, guys. You could do an opening range breakout. So break below the low, go short, break below above the high, go long. So you could see opening range breakout, guys. Good follow through. So boom, boom. That's beautiful. So if I just take it from the high to the low like this, okay, I'm just going to show you here. This is a measured move, okay? This is the Fibonacci that I teach you guys. So we have the push down, we have the pull back right here, okay? The pull back right to the 2. This is basically around 30%, okay? And then we come and we roll over and then we hit targets on the way down. You see that? So this is what I call 2 legs. So this is your first leg, this is your pull back, and this is your second leg. So generally when you're trading, you want 2 legs and you're out, because having more than 2 legs is hard. It's harder probability wise to get it. So we have that push down, pull back, boom. So PayPal opening range breakout was great. The trigger to the upside obviously was just a failure, but still worth a shot. And then otherwise we just kind of chopped around for the rest of the day, and then we finally rolled over. So I'm going to show you guys another Fibonacci concept. This is called the afternoon leg, all right, that I teach you guys from my book, right? Some of you guys are asking, where's my book? It's right here, guys. Book, Fibonacci and Options. Wrote this book about 2 years ago. No, not that long, about 1.5 years. And it's been one of my best sellers, guys. So check it out. Has everything in here. Here's some free videos for you to watch. If you buy the Fib book, guys, you can get 1 month free in any one of my rooms. All right, so I think that's a good deal. But anyways, so now let me show you the afternoon leg. So now we can take it from the high to the low of the full afternoon, and then we have the same thing again. So we come back in here, guys. This time we tag the 30 right around. So I have it right now at the 280. Okay. So right here we come, we tag that, and then we roll over into the close again. So the afternoon leg is about looking at the full range of the day. Usually happens around 1 or 2 o'clock. Then you have the full range. Okay. The morning leg is just looking at the first half an hour to an hour. So pretty decent there with PayPal. Space was a slow mover, but there was one great trade that was able to capitalize on. So right here, we had this triple inside bar right here. So I'm just going to go back to the Twitter and just show you guys. So let me find it. So I just called it out earlier today. Space triple inside. So triple inside bar is extremely rare. You don't really see that at all. So right here, all we have to do, guys, with this triple inside bar, you take the break of the high or the low of the candle. You could see we broke the high. Keeping your stop loss right below the low, guys. That was a great push to new high of days. I think some people got about 30% return on that, so still pretty good. After that, we just went sideways, so it was a little bit difficult, but there was that good opportunity, good risk to reward, and not too bad. All right, next, Visa. So Visa was probably the cleanest play today. We had a trigger similar to PayPal, a false trigger up, but we came back down. We triggered the low, and we just crushed it. I think some people said they made like 200 or 300%. We just crushed it straight down. The other thing you could do is just wait for the opening range breakout, which is the first 5 minutes, and just take the break of the low or the break of the high. You can see we broke the low. Boom. Nice little follow through there. You can see the theme of today was everything happened within the first hour, and then that was it. That's why I like to focus on the first hour and then just be gone, because generally there's going to be a lot of chop. The last pick was Disney, and you could see again with Disney, we had a nice gap down. So anytime there's a gap, I like to use the opening range breakout. You guys know that. I have a video on that. So boom, first 5 minute bar, boom, nice push down, opening range breakout, made you good 30% or so. good money, right? And then from there, we just rode all the way back up, right? So we had a lot of fib action happening. I'm just going to do it right now. You guys ready to go in overdrive? Hit me with a 1 if you're ready to go in overdrive. I'm going to show you guys a lot of fibs here on Disney for your learning. But anyways, while we're doing that, I just wanted to show you guys all the alerts. So all the trading plans are posted here the night before. PayPal, Space, Visa, Disney with entry stops. Like these are all sample trading plans you can use. The swing trade alerts are here. Daily option picks here. All the fractal inside bar alerts for you guys. I try to do my best to keep you guys with a lot of knowledge. All right, so here we go. So first 5-minute bar, take it. Okay, here's the high, low. You could see again, this 28% has become very important for me. So we reject that 28%, trade down. That's what we call a micro fib, right? So that's a micro fib. So now I'm going to show you guys this was the morning leg right here from low to high. So you could see we came exactly to the 618 and we traded again to this 28%. See, so that's very important for me these days. I've been testing that a lot. So we come down, we tag the 618, we reverse. Good scalp here, guys, especially if you have limit orders. Beautiful. And then now let's start taking it from the bottom up. So like I said, right? Anytime you have a morning leg, you will always have an opposing leg. So morning leg, opposing. So the opposing leg, check these out. These are the opposing legs on the way up. Okay, so low to high. This is a 50% retracement. Okay, same thing now. We can take a little bigger look. Low to high, 618. Okay, so we had this one, we had this one, we had this one, we had this one, and those took us basically into the end of the day, right? So we had the shorts and we had the bulls. We had a lot of algorithm moving happening. If we take this little opposing right here, so this is very important, right? So you could see here that we had this push up to the 6 up here and then pull to the 618. From the 618, we created this hammer, and then this is what we call symmetry in the market. You see this? We come exactly to the 50% extension. So very, very, very powerful, right? So that's why it's important to have the fibs, because the fibs are going to give you the measured move of those legs. So it's going to give you idea, all right, where can we reverse? Where does this bull algorithm want to complete and get rid of the position that it was buying from here and here and here? And you can see right here on the 50. And like I was mentioning earlier to you guys, I love using the inside bars. Look at this inside bar. You see how this inside bar is right up on this 50% extension? So that's giving me confluence. That's giving me, hey, okay, yes, we got to the 50% extension and the market is slowing down. You hit that, guys, for a short, bam. You hit this one for a short, bam. You hit this one for a short. You hit this one for a short. All good money. You just need to know what you're looking at. You need to know what you're looking at. You need to have good risk to reward. Okay. Try to risk a bar to make more than a bar. If you're going to risk a bar, you got to make more than a bar. Okay. But yeah, so hit me with a 5 if your mind is blown off of that. That's really powerful Fibonacci. You have to, you see when you see these stair stepping like this, those are all Fibonacci's, all measured moves. And you can wait for the candlestick patterns at those Fibonacci's to give you confluence. Or if you're really aggressive, you just hit limit orders. Wham, bam, limit, stop down here, limit here. And you just keep taking good shots, because if you get in on a good fib, right? If you get in on a good fib, a limit order, you don't need much to make more than 1-to-1 risk to reward. You see what I'm saying? All right, I'm losing my voice. But there we go. So there it is, friends. I'm just so happy that I still have people following me here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. So for tomorrow, we have the lineup: NVIDIA, PLTR, Microsoft, MU. Let me write that down. NVIDIA, PLTR, Microsoft, MU. Did I say MU? Yes. So that's what we'll be looking at tomorrow. And if we gap, then we have to divert to our other intraday strategies. If we don't gap, then we know exactly what we got to do. right? Orbs, fractals, fibs. Make sure you're ready to rock and roll. Options are too crazy for a starter like me, but I've been using inside bar, outside bars for swing. Man, my trades have changed so much. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. We're just trying to change one life at a time, one step at a time. All right, friends. Appreciate you guys, man. I want to try to do this on a daily basis. Try to do this at 9 o'clock every day. Try my best to have some consistency and be somebody that can give you, give you education. That's really what it's about. Because at the end of the day, you got to pull the trigger. You got to manage your money. If you get greedy, if you get FOMO, you're going to lose your money. And there's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do if you get to that stage. But if you have the education, you'll know. Remember what I always say: two legs and you're out. Use the fibs. Fibs will guide you. Boom. Clark with the $3 super sticker. Thank you, my brother. All right. And then for the stop loss, just remember, if you're doing a lotto play, it's very hard to manage the stop loss, because it's going to be fluctuating so much. So in that case, I personally don't use it. I would just say whatever I put in is my max risk. So let's say I'm willing to lose $100. If I put $100 on a lotto, that's it. I know that could either go to zero or we could make a lot. When it comes to swinging options, if you have enough time, if you have the Greeks behind you, then what you want to do, what I like doing, is trailing the weekly or daily bars of the actual stocks. So I'm using the stock price as my stop loss. So we could do that through conditional orders. How much is the book? So the Fib book is 88.6. And get it right here, tradingwars.com, brother. Comes with 1 month for free in the room, and it comes with all my indicators, all the advanced indicators and all that. All right. I got to go before I die here. So appreciate your time as always. It's been my pleasure. Bring your questions. This is what I need you guys to do. Comment, like, subscribe right now. Before I'm going to end the broadcast, and please leave a comment below for please leave a comment below if you are using a stop loss or not. I want to know the truth. Okay? I want to know the truth. So let me know. Don't be shy. Once I close this video, I'm going to end the broadcast. In the comment, go ahead and let me know. Are you using a stop loss? Yes or no? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you guys. You guys that do this, man, it makes me so happy to be able to educate and help people. That is something that I've always been doing my whole life. I was a teaching assistant for many years. I just love it. I was a wrestling coach. I coached a lot of sports. This is great for me. This is great for me. So thank you for your time. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to comment. Have a great night.